Hello, good people, and welcome to Finance Skills Hub. Here, we learn, we connect, and we grow. Microsoft Excel's Power Query is a fantastic tool. It allows you to get data from many sources, shape and transform it, so you can easily analyze or gain insights. In this short video, I'm going to show you an example of how you can use Power Query to transform a flat data of staff records into a very useful and dynamic lookup summary report. So let me show you how this looks like, and we'll get to it in a few minutes.
So this is my flat data of staff records. I have 30 staff here, unique names, and then the rest of the columns are filled with attributes for each staff. Now, from this flat table, we want to create this summary lookup report so that if I select any staff name from this slicer, the details of the staff will pop up here, right? So this is like a lookup, but we didn't do this with formulas. We did this just with a pivot table, no formulas. Okay, now let's take a look at the data. In this original form, if you attempt to insert a pivot table directly, so let's attempt that. So if I insert a pivot table directly on this, okay, you realize that all the columns are independent, so it will be difficult to have all of them sit in one array. Okay, so this is not going to help us. What we need to do is to find a way to convert all these attributes, or fields into one column, and that's what we are going to do with Power Query. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a new sheet, so I'll copy this, right click, move or copy, so just the raw data into a new workbook. Okay, so at this point I just have my staff data, and this is already an Excel table, so you see that I have my table design here and it's named records. So I want to take this data into Power Query, so I'll come to data, and then in a get and transform data section, which is Power Query, I'm going to extract this from table/range. So I'll click this, and then this opens up my Power Query. Okay, so it brings my raw data here. So the change I want to do now is to collapse all these columns or fields, into one column. But because I want to slice with the name column will remain intact, right? So I'll hold the name column, right click. Okay, so the process to convert the columns into rows is to unpivot, right? So I'm going to unpivot all other columns. Okay, so this way my name is intact, and then all the other columns are here as attributes, and then I have my values for each column also here. So if you like, you can call the value section details, and you observe that I now have the attributes for each staff right here. So in this shape, I can now close and load to, if you like, you can load this as a table, but we want to create a pivot table right out of this. So I'll load this as a pivot table report. So instead of many columns, I now have only 3. Now my name is going to be a slicer, so I'm going to right click on the name field and then add this as a slicer. So at any point in time, I have to select one staff, to show the records of that staff. Now back to my pivot table. I can now drop attributes into the row section. So I now have the unique list of attributes, and the details for each staff I have selected, I'll also push that into the row section. So this is what we get initially. So by default, in your pivot table design tab, the report layout is set to compact, right? So we have to change this into a tabular form. So I'll change this into a tabular form, and while I'm here, I'm also going to take off grand totals. So this way I have one attribute and then the details in one row. So if it helps, you can align this right or left. You can also take off the show or hide button, also under the analyze tab. So I can take this off. So at this point, if I select any staff now, I now have the details of each stuff, as if I have done a lookup formula throughout. I was able to achieve this without formulas, with just pivot tables and a little work in Power Query. I've been able to create this summary report. Give it a shot and let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful and you would like to receive more of these videos directly on your WhatsApp, you can send ad to this WhatsApp number. We'll add you to our broadcast list so you receive our videos directly. You can also visit our YouTube channel, Finest Skills Hub. All our old videos are here. Please subscribe for notification of new videos or connect with us on any of these social media handles. Thank you so much for watching.